organization, or even a combination of both, or being able to utilize a manager hierarchy versus a position hierarchy, or again, a hybrid of both. So we're going to look at this from the perspective of Gretchen Adams today, who is a manager within the organization. So on Gretchen's welcome page, she can access her team information area, and this is her snapshot into her team and her reporting hierarchy. Our solution gives you the flexibility to build a supervisor hierarchy, a position hierarchy, or even utilize a combination of both to give you the best of both worlds. So you'll notice here that she's looking at her team, including Jen Jacobs and Pat and Terry and Robbie, but then she also has her position cards. So I can see that I have a senior manager position here that 2 incumbents roll up to, and also a manager position that Stella Smith rolls up to. So our position management capabilities can support a one-to-one incumbency as well as a one-to-many incumbency, just like we see here. So Stella happens to be a manager on Gretchen's team, and she's informed Gretchen that she's planning to leave in a few weeks. So Gretchen needs to start that separation process within the application. So utilizing our smart navigation feature, I can easily take action on Stella Smith and initiate that separation process of performing that termination. So I'm brought to a very easy to fill in screen here where I can determine what the action and the action reason and also the termination date that I'm kicking off here. So then there's also the create job requisition feature here. So in addition to entering in the key termination details, I can initiate a requisition creation at the same time so that we can start to find someone to replace her. Now, the benefit of this is that there's no additional steps for me to have to create the requisition, and it eliminates the need to reconcile open positions with open requisitions. So I'm going to check this box to initiate this, and I'm going to submit this. So I get the confirmation that that requisition creation has gone to Meg Fitzsimmons for approval, who happens to be a recruiter. So workflow is automatically generated to the recruiting team. So now you'll notice that this manager card is now a requisition card. So we're able to automatically reflect that vacant position and even that requisition ID and the number of candidates tied to that vacant position. Now keep in mind that you can configure your own workflow and approval processes around this transaction to ensure that the right people are notified and are able to take action. So you'll also notice that those 5 direct positions that rolled up to that manager position now roll directly up to me. So the system automatically changed those direct reports of that open position to Gretchen, so there wasn't a need for any additional action to be taken here. Now the key here is the automation piece of that. So when this position actually gets filled, those direct reports will automatically be updated to the new supervisor without any additional actions needed from Gretchen or even HR. Going back to Gretchen here, I also want to introduce how Oracle is constantly introducing innovative technology within our platform here. And a great example of this is chatbots, which is essentially a service that's powered by rules and sometimes artificial intelligence that allows you to interact via an interface. So using my side panel here, I can actually open up our chatbots feature. And maybe as Gretchen Adams, I want to find out what happens next to my requisition here. So I can type in a quick question to our chatbot. And I'll actually get a response here that gives me more details or directs me to another area. This is just one example of how new technologies can deliver new ways for users to interact within their HR system. So again, what we looked at today was Oracle's flexibility in maintaining various organization structures, whether that's utilizing jobs, positions, manager hierarchy versus a position hierarchy, and also some of our innovative technologies that we're starting to incorporate within our HCM cloud, such as chatbots.